Welcome to Busted Speakers. I'm Kush,
And I'm Alex.
and today we're reviewing 8 by Incubus. So, as the title says, this is Incubus's 8th album, and this was such a disappointment. So, Incubus and I have a long story. I like Science. Science is probably their best album they've made. I think just in general consensus, that's their best album they've made. And ever since then, they haven't put out many super solid albums. Their last album was a flop. That was terrible. And 8's a kind of better, but they have it was produced by Skrillex, which I don't know why they did that, because you can tell a lot of these songs have just very heavy EDM influences. But yeah, 8 was a really disappointing album to me.
I've never listened to Incubus. I saw this and thought it would be a good chance to try their music out. Maybe it isn't the best one to hear first for them, but they've had their day making good music, and they seem like a slightly rough patch. But this is like, I've got no expectations going into this, so maybe I'd like it. Like, I don't have any connection with the band, so even if they're in a weak part of their career, maybe completely in the bad part of their career, maybe I'd still like it. But man, I don't know, but I feel like there's enough lingering elements to the band that I can really tell that they were a great band at some point. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
it's a weird
there
way.
It's a
weird way
elements.
to think of it. Yeah.
A lot of this album is much better in like parts and pieces than it is as a whole complete unit. Because firstly, it was kind of long. I think 15 minutes or so. And
Actually, I think it was 45, but around that.
oh, it felt much longer than that. It felt so long. A couple songs that I did like on here. Just a few. Familiar Faces was kind of cool.
Like what?
Lyrics on the whole record is kind of spotty though. The lyrics are just really bad all over here. Undefeated is kind of okay too. It was like very recycled. Like, a lot of these songs are very so generic indie alternative music that it was kind of upsetting.
No Fun might be my favourite. Just 'cause they're not a metal band anymore. Or I don't know if they ever were, really. Were they?
No, not ever. Not really.
Well, anyway, you could tell they like keep like a harder edge. It's maybe to keep fans who ever thought they were. Now, okay, this is a bit of a string theory, or a theory that no one else will think, but for some reason No Fun reminded me of She Looks So Perfect by 5 Seconds of Summer, which is a really... It's not a great song, I mean, but I don't know, maybe it's passable enough. Just because of the oh-ohs, and the way he sings the verses are very similar. And the guitar squelches between the vocals is kind of regrettable, but despite all of this, and that's a lot to get over, this song is actually a lot of fun. The chorus is unbelievably catchy.
No
I have to say, they don't fail at making catchy choruses. Some of them sound quite bad, but they know how to make a catchy song. Some of them don't work so well, but you know, No Fun is, I like it okay, but there's like crying at the end. It's a very confusing track, but overall I like it. Another one I didn't mind was a Glitter Bomb.
Oh, I hated this song. That was awful.
Okay. I get why. From the title, this looks like a really like not good song. I think the verses are really cool and badass and have a lot of cool build up to them. The choruses lose a lot of that momentum, and the choruses are not that great. Like, No Fun, I'm sure you can agree, the chorus to that is pretty good, like, even if you don't like the song that much. Like, it's okay.
That's the only decent chorus in this whole record, I would say.
Yes, but then the verses of Glitter Bomb are really good as well. So, it makes me think, like, at some point in their earlier career, they knew how to make a really good chorus and a verse together. Consistently, for a whole album. Because the verses to Glitter Bomb are really good. But then, you know, that has a lyric...
It was okay.
It has a lyric, I was your friend, but ended up your victim, 'cause you're a glitter bomb. Isn't a good lyric for a chorus anyway.
You're right.
It's just a lot of good elements that are, well, a lot of weak bad ones so far. Like, State of the Art, I don't know what you thought of that.
That one I didn't like either. It was very EDM heavy. The vocals, there's something wrong with the mixing in this song because the vocals he sounded like he was like whispering right into your ear, and it was really weird.
Yeah.
And I think it was kind of a pretentious song because he's like kind of shoving it in the face to someone who's like, oh, you were once super strong and like super emotionally strong, and now you're struggling, so suck it. Like, it was kind of insensitive, and the clapping outro was really weird. I don't know. There were a lot of elements to a lot of these songs that just didn't really work.
Yeah. Nimble Bastard, I don't even know what they're trying to do. It sounds like he's trying to be like a badass older guy describing someone as a nimble bastard, but oh, they have a formula. It becomes evident by track 2. State of the art, like I was saying, is it's just feels really shallow to me, and his vocals are quite standard. But there's a lot of weird aspects. Like, I know they have a turntable guy in the band, but and I know Skrillex producing it probably brings that out more. But yeah, there's a lot of weird electronic glitches from the turntable. This band can't sit still. Like,
Yeah.
they don't have room to breathe. There's too many elements going on.
I didn't get the interlude, Why I Became a Man. That was just
Oh,
so
what a
confusing
fucking
to me.
weird interlude for me. It doesn't
It was like
work.
a crooner song. It's like threw it in the middle.
Yeah, it's like Cabaret Swin or crooner. Here's the thing. It sounded like they were trying to make it sound like they were having fun. It didn't sound like they were having fun. It sounded like an imitation of having fun. Like they have like the laughing at the end, like makes it sound like they were having a good time, but it didn't sound like they were having a good time, really. Oh man, I thought "Make No Sound in the Digital Forest" was a pretty good instrumental though.
Yeah, that was actually really cool. I thought.
Like-
I mean, it wasn't anything super interesting, but in terms of this album, it was actually pretty cool.
Yeah, like it lets all the like band, especially the drummer and the bassist, shine more than they do in a normal song. I don't know if the vocalist plays a guitar or anything as well, to be on this, but I thought that was pretty good. But then it has like stuff like "Love in a Time of Surveillance."
That
Like,
was
that
worst
starts up with
chorus
a
of
dial-up
the entire
tone.
record.
Yeah, "Love in a Time of Surveillance." I mean, it has a cool riff, but
Actually, yeah, the worst
then it
chorus
has
on the
like
record.
it has like also has lines like "Big Daddy's got your number, Big Daddy's got you," which
No, it's Big Data's got you.
I thought you said Big Daddy. Oh God. But
I mean, either
that
way,
made
it
it
doesn't
sound
make sense
like
either. Like, what does it mean?
that made it sound like a creepy sexual stalker lyric.
Alex, this record in general was just very formulaic, very generic alternative indie rock, I guess. They had a couple nice elements, like the instrumentation. A couple songs were actually really good, and the chorus on the first song was actually interesting. But there were just so many bad elements to it, and especially with the interlude. Oh, that was awful. That was just terrible.
Yeah, I mean, throw out the map, not good, and oh.
I
mean,
actually said that I actually said "Make No Sound in the Digital Forest" would have been a better closing than "Throw Out the Map."
Yeah, I mean, it's more down tempo. It sounds like a little quiet jam in a way, like they're just some nice guitar and keyboard lines played on there. It confirms to me that the band are still good and capable of playing their instruments at least. But then throw out the map. Is this like what they usually sound like? It's not good. It's like a fast-played piano section, which is very stock and static. The turntable aspects don't sound very good. Familiar faces, shit. I mean,
Yeah, I was actually kind of upset with that.
Loneliest, I mean, at least the turntable guy actually adds some interesting moods at sometimes. Almost sounds bleak, and like the piano is mixed really weirdly, like it's mixed far away. Yeah. Yep, so... Oh yeah, and another really bad... You know what's a clumsy line on this album is "Love is like a blind archer trying to shoot an apple on my head" on Undefeated. What the hell? It's a nice song, kind of like he tries to make it inspirational by saying we're undefeated, bent but not broken. He tries on some of this, I have to admit.
Yeah. I mean, Loneliness just sounds like a full-on pop EDM song.
Yeah, it does.
So what would you rate this, Alex?
5.5, which might seem high, but no fun and instrumental. Some other, I thought every song here had some good aspects. Like usually the vocalist had a go, or the guitarist is pretty good, but generally speaking, it did feel like I only can stand it because I've not heard that many anything from the artist, and there aren't that many truly terrible moments. A couple, but it never really gets that bad, and I've heard some much worse music than this, so as far as it goes, like, there's some really
Yeah.
bad songs on here, but, you know, there's some, like, no fun that I might return to just for a bit of fun, because that song is actually fun. But, yeah, 5.5, not great, but not too bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. This album had like 2 or 3 good things to it. Instrumentation was pretty decent on most of them, except when they went full on EDM because of the Skrillex influence. The chorus on No Fun was fine, and Make No Sound in Digital Rainforest was actually kind of cool. Just how they mixed it up and changed their sound a little bit. But
Yeah.
Besides that, there was a lot of trash on this. A lot of trash.
Throw it in the trash,
Incubus-
for the most part.
Incubus has had made some pretty decent albums in the past, and it's kind of upsetting to see them go so far down the rabbit hole. Like they've been, their peak was their second album, I would say, and then after that everything's been okay, just okay to just bad.
Yeah.
So that's it. If that's it, then thanks for tuning in, Bus Speakers. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like and subscribe. Check us out on social media. Check out some other videos, and have a nice day.